What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back for part 5 of my Sweetie Pie series. This part will be about us remembering Andre Montgomery. We're going to play the clips where Miss Robbie and Tim went and, saw where Andre was killed. And Tim, you have a lot of nerve, setting, Andre up and then taking your mother down to the damn street where the man was killed, honey. That just is sad. It's pathetic, you guys. It's sadistic. It's just crazy. But let's check out that clip and we will check out how Miss Robbie and everybody in the family feels about Andre passing away. They're all very sad and, they all miss him a lot. So let's check it out.
I drove my mom through the park to the spot where Andre lost his life, but I had not been there yet. I don't think Mom had been there either. We're still on the same street, basically, as my grandmother's house, Natural Bridge. So you can see Grandma's house right from here.
Natural Bridge is the main street that goes from one end of the city to the next. Everything happens on Natural Bridge. All the crime, all the fast racing. This is it.
Yeah, that's it.
They say he came out and used the phone. So they had to shoot him right here on this porch.
We've lost a lot of family members here on this street. Andre, as of late. And then before Andre, my father. And in between that was Linda's son, Monique's brother, Aaron, who was like my brother. And it's all on this one street. A few blocks from each other. Right across from Grandma's house.
Yeah, that's the sad thing about it.
Since Andre's passing, I haven't gone through this part of the city. And really, I've been avoiding it.
And we all know why.
I mean, it's like all up and down the street.
Yeah.
We must stop killing, but there's just signs. Oh, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm getting sick to my stomach just seeing this place.
We get back in the car, I take it 2 lights down the street. Just 2 lights to the spot where my dad got killed.
Somebody walked up right beside him and put the gun right to his head, right there, and killed him in the car. This is the first time I've been here since your dad got killed. I ain't never even came back here.
My mom and dad were crazy in love with each other. They were supposed to get married. She was only 2 months pregnant with me when my dad got killed. So when I drive past the spot, I wonder, how would my life have been different if my father hadn't stopped to get a sandwich that day? Some old guys told me that the person...
And it really looked like Tim took advantage of the fact that St. Louis is very violent and, my dad was killed, my brother was murdered. He made sure to orchestrate this whole plot, honey, around all of that. And, it really went over a lot of our heads.
My dad was actually sitting inside the car with my dad.
He might have, because he was right there. I looked behind his ear, because when they told me where he was shot at.
You went and identified his body, too? But
And Aaron's body, too. I went with them and identified.
Aaron got killed a few blocks up the street.
Yep. Okay, Lord, all these memories.
Now, I'm wondering how, I think Aaron is Andre's father. I'm wondering how he was killed, you guys. I know, they killed him with a gun, but was there a reason? And, do any of you all have any information on that? If you do, put it down in the comments.
It hasn't been good for our family, as far as the men are concerned. I mean, you look at it, me and Charles and now TJ, we always left.
I'm kind of glad you're gone, for your own safety.
I just wish y'all would come with me and Charles out there.
We go up about 3 more blocks, and that's where my nephew Aaron lost his life. Yeah, I think that was right in here.
Oh, Aaron, I guess, is Linda's son and Monique's brother, I'm thinking.
Yeah. It's like my second or first year in prison, and I got a message when I got back to my cell, and they said, call home. I've been out playing basketball, and I got back, and they told me to call home. And I got on the payphone, called Mom, and then that's when you called me, you said, Aaron.
No tears.
I thought you was going to tell me Aaron got locked up. But she said, no, he's dead. And
I think I see one.
I didn't. I'm saying, my brother. You know, he was my cousin, but really, he was my brother. That was like one of the hardest moments for me being in prison because I was away.
He was really handsome, you guys. I think that was Linda's son. Tim, if you knew that all of these people died from gun violence, what would make you orchestrate a plot to have your nephew killed? Like, it's just, you guys, ain't enough money in the world, you know. There's no reason to do something like that. Why would you already add to the pain of what your family has been going through?
Like, if I had been there, I felt guilty for being in jail, not being there with him. And you told me he was dead.
Kill him and his friend.
They crushed me.
Kill both of them together right here. The young men today, they're just killing each other. My concern is, are we going to have another generation? Because these kids are killing each other before they have kids. Andre, my grandson, he was the last Montgomery.
I wish you would reconsider coming out to California with me, or if you don't like California, pick a city and I go open a restaurant there, you know? I just wish we could all be together. It's something inside me feel like I have to take the wheel to talk to my mom and to maybe moving out of California to guide everybody out of this situation.
I'm not going to say no. I will consider, but I could come visit. I love St. Louis. Even though all this stuff is happening, I know I can't do nothing about it. Just pray for strength.
Let's take a look back, you guys, at Miss Robbie and Andre's relationship.
Andre.
Yes, ma'am.
You ready?
I need help with my tie.
What the hell is wrong with your hair? Come over here, let me see.
I'm not done yet.
I can't believe of all times you get your hair done for everything else and you didn't get it done for this. It's ridiculous. This past spring, my grandson Andre was shot and killed while visiting St. Louis. I try and remember the good times with Andre and who he really was as a person. I tell you what, we are all so proud of you. You did it. I knew you could do it.
I'm just glad that I got the opportunity to graduate. Because I know
too.
if I was still in Texas, I probably wouldn't graduate.
So why do you think you wouldn't have graduated had you stayed home?
Because one, only time I would have got help with schoolwork would have been, right, we had a game coming up. And for two, the people there, I don't know, I guess I would have been fighting, got kicked out of school plenty of times. I'm not sure where I would be without grandma's help, but I know I wouldn't be graduating high school. I want to thank you for helping me.
Y'all hear how Andre feels about his grandmother? He really feels like, you know, she really changed his life. And, you know, she did. I really love watching, you know, their relationship. They had a really special and touching relationship.
Stay in and move in with you and keep
You
me
gotta
on the
thank
street.
me. I'm your grandmother. I was glad to do it because you kind of kept me company. My biggest hope for him was to graduate from high school, and he did his best to do that.
This is a huge graduation.
Oh, Andre is in his cap and gown, graduating from high school. He looks so handsome, you guys.
Greg, LaJuan, Montgomery.
When he got on stage and got that diploma, I felt like I got it.
Look out, world. I'm coming through. Turn up. How about that?
Andre and Charles were always into something together.
I see the restaurant's already busy. I'm hoping you guys' little delivery service gonna go the same way. Get busy as well. Don't play with this. People call their orders in, get the orders made immediately. Hop in the car, take it straight to the people, okay?
Sweetie Pies. Andre, that's the wrong house. Why you part way over here?
Oh, they show Andre and Charles, their little delivery service they did for Sweetie Pies. I remember that. And I really love Andre and Charles's relationship. Charles loved his cousin, honey.
Delivery service was a disaster. Charles and Andre, they would go to the wrong address.
You can't fire me. You fired. You can't fire me. You can't fire me.
Get the people their food late.
Another delivery. Why did I get to carry the food and you drive?
Because I'm driving.
All right, Andre. Let's do this. Go forward. Okay. Andre! I'll punch you. Took my shots. So damn easy. You
pressing the wrong thing. Slow down.
He was my grandson, and there were so many things that I loved about him, and I still do.
I'm gonna get that. When I get that,
You gonna call me? All right.
Yep.
All right, that's a good stuff. You're taking after your granny.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Learn
Aww.
from the best.
Good. All right.
How do you make sense of losing your son and your grandson to violence? Just seeing this takes me back. Andre was like somebody that I wanted to take under my wing and make sure that he made it. And my goal was to get him through high school. And so when I did that, I really wanted him to go back home because St. Louis is a city where black men are killing each other. And he came back and then was there like 4 or 5 days and got killed.
Now, this is at the Sweetie Pie's reunion, you guys. Tim is looking away. He looks very uncomfortable as, we see and hear Miss Robbie talk about, Andre, and that right there, it really went over all of our heads once again. No one was expecting Tim to be behind all of this, but his body language is very telling, you guys. You guys should look up the clip on YouTube. You could check it out for yourself. Tim looks very uncomfortable as his mother is crying about Andre. It just really looks like is guilty, has something to do with it. Because normally, you would cry, or some men don't cry, all the time when people die. But, it looked like you would be looking at your mother and, kind of feeling for her, but there was no emotion on Tim's face. So what do you all think about that? Get down in the comments. Let me know. Did you see what I see?
So that's heartbreaking. And Linda, with Andre's passing, does that bring up the memories of your son, Aaron?
Yes, it does, because the fact that they both was young men. My son, he got killed because he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Andre, when he got killed, he was trying to make music.
Charles not the only boys left in his generation. TJ is,
And he got the damn nerve, you guys, to speak. Tim got a lot of nerve speaking.
He's another generation, but we lost the entire family to violence,
Charles, you and Andre, I saw, from the clip that you guys did a lot together. How did this affect you?
Charles is, broken down. He really loved that boy, whereas with Tim, he wasn't really showing no emotion. He didn't get really teary-eyed and, he's kind of looking away. Charles is very emotional.
I think I took it a lot harder than I should have. And I know there was nothing I could have done or should have done, but when I got the call, my mother called me and told me, I just...
Is there any message that you would want to give to someone who has a gun? What would you say to them if they have a gun and they got a gun and they're in the streets?
You live by the gun, you're going to die by the gun. That's what we've always heard.
And it's your young man, your peers that you're killing. And what about the family? People don't realize it. Even when the young men go to jail, it affects the family. To pick up a gun is easy, but to take somebody's life that you can't give and can't give it back, that's devastating.
Yeah.
Why does our community experience so much loss?
I think with the absence of males in the household, there's a emasculation of young black men, and we're all raised by women. So when we finally get out the house at 13, 14, the streets there's a draw because you're around other men, so that's why we're drawn to the streets. We're drawn to be a part of that tribe or the gang, whatever you want to call it, whatever's happening in the neighborhood. We don't have a lot of positive examples of guys going to college and getting a job and being successful. We don't see that. Of course there are black doctors and lawyers. We don't see those examples. So that's why we follow down those paths, because that's what we see.
That's very interesting, you guys, about, what Tim is saying. He's sitting up there with the family, speaking out, and it's just sad that he would do something like that to his nephew, he hasn't really been sent to prison just yet. But there's just way too much evidence, you guys, out on him and the stripper girl. It's just way too much evidence. He had to have something to do with this. And it's really sad that a young man like Andre had a promising future ahead of him. You know, he's not here anymore. I would like to say R.I.P. to Mr. Andre Montgomery. My heart and my prayers and condolences go out to Andre's mom and, you know, the rest of Andre's family, Miss Robbie, Charles, you know, just everybody in the family, you guys. Y'all get down in the comments. Let me know how you felt about this and how Tim was acting, you know, at the little Sweetie Pie's reunion. Let me know if you actually saw his facial expressions while his mother broke down, you know, talking about, you know, her grandson being murdered. Don't forget, you guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new. And that concludes the Sweetie Pie series. And I'll check you guys out later, okay? Have a nice day.